affirmative.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be okay with adding more to it, but
I'm kind of curious. You've got a fairly good size return in Sirius 20 meters out, so I'd kind of like to get a little bit better sense of what that is before we get going too fast.
Okay.
It's not super steep, but
So we're just zooming along these pillows. Several of them are quite striated. There's a lot of variation in morphology here. They're lightly to moderately sedimented. They are a little creepy, as I'm saying. It's like we've moved out of Chihuly and into something different.
Even thought there'd be a Kraken up here. Maybe it's.
That was actually our video engineer, Caitlin, decided that there would be a Kraken at the top. And for those of you listening at home who are not part of our science team, we're just kidding. We don't really expect to see a Kraken. Because they're not
Thanks,
real.
Brian.
Yeah. Now, if we could see a giant squid, I'd be totally happy. I don't expect that either, though.
Let's do a quick zoom on the shrimp.
We want white shrimp, not red shrimp.
Yeah, brown color. Still pretty.
So this is the same shrimp which we've seen 4 or 5 times today. Whoa, what's the?
Isn't that one of his
wow,
antennae?
his antennae is really long.
Yeah.
But it's a Nematocalcinus shrimp. You can tell because of the characteristic shape of the telson and end of the abdomen.
All right, to zoom.
It's also got very long legs and antennae. And I think we've definitely seen these every dive so far. 10 out of 10 dives. Actually, no, not yesterday.
We didn't see any shrimp. We saw the white shrimp yesterday. Are you sure?
So 9 out of 10 dives, we've seen them. Yep.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% positive. Yesterday we saw 3 different types of animals. White shrimp, and Munidopsis.
All right, let's come out video.
And something else.
Looks like Sirius is starting to move.
Copy.
Should be, yeah.
coming up.
So unfortunately, for those of you who are following along, not that we don't love a nice red shrimp, but we have been hoping to find a white shrimp because that would be more indicative that we were finding venting, even diffuse venting. The other day when we found extinct hydrothermal venting, and then we found some very low diffuse flow areas. We saw these white shrimp that are endemic to the vent systems. Is that correct? Yes.
All right, I don't think that wall feature in Sirius is real, so if it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and move you another 30.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Bridge nav.
We're seeing heavier sediment up here at the top of the slope as we're approaching these
30
local
meters,
highs.
210 degrees, 0.2 knots, please. Thank you.
I see a white object.
Probably a squat lobster.
Looks about squat lobster size.
Pull it and see if we can.
Is that a squat lobster sitting at the top?
Come on in, video. Let's.
For me.
From all the way out.
Pretty far away.
King of the mountain.
It is.
Yep.
So it's like we keep finding these squat lobsters that are like playing king of the mountain. They're always sitting right on top of the highest point in the bathymetry.
That's pretty funny.
So watch leads, that is probably center of peak 1.
Okay. So what we're looking at in the main camera is probably actually the high, the local high of peak 1. We've got about, I think, about a half an hour left in our dive.
Affirmative.
So, scientists, what would you like to do?
Why don't we grab another rock sample next? I'm not sure if this is the best place, but maybe we can look around.
Well, we can keep looking.
There's some small buds in front of you there.
Coming down. How about this one right on top?
Oh,
Lasers.
look at that.
Yep.
The one that's just sort of pointing up.
Yep. Does that look good to you?
Hey, scientists, do you like this little tiny rock sample
Let's
that's
do a zoom here.
little tiny extruding from the top? How's that one? It's a little bit orangish.
There's some others in the background that I could probably grab too.
I guess that's okay.
Yep, they seem to be happy with this area.
Okay.
Are
Come
these
on
guys
down a
as
little
orange
bit.
as they seem? It's a little bit stained.
Give you a little more leash.
You know, if we pick up a rock sample here and then we get to the vents, we're going to be very sorry.
I'm comfortable there.
Spin up hydraulics, please.
So Scott France from Louisiana Lafayette University just made an interesting
Hydraulics
point,
are up.
which I think Stace Beaulieu from Hui made earlier as well. Basically, it's this dive has shown how difficult it is to locate vent fields and how small they are
So
in the grand
they're probably going
scheme
to
of
want to put this in
the
another
deep sea.
bio box.
We had 4 very promising targets where chemical
Copy that.
signals were picked up of vents. We're not saying they don't exist, but
Might as well throw it
they're
to
probably
starboard.
around here somewhere. We're just struggling to find them.
Yeah, we're just not in the right place for some reason.
Basically. It's not easy. And these tiny little, areas of hydrothermal venting are huge oases of life. They're like little islands in what is usually the desert of the deep sea. Islands of a huge abundance of life. So hopefully tomorrow we will get to see 1 or 2 different vent fields.
I'd be
But
okay
for
with 1 or
now-
2 different vents.
I mean, anything, any kind of biology would be good. That's related to hydrothermal vents. But oh,
You just see all that glass
yeah,
shatter?
wow. Oh,
You just see all that glass
yeah,
shatter?
wow.
I don't know if this one's quite so happy to come with us.
That looks like a lot of glass.
Yeah. Oh,
Wrong button. Rookie mistake.
I was about to say, I mean, it didn't seem like a bad sample.
That was a rookie mistake. My apologies.
That's okay.
Usually when you're looking for vents, you can sort of follow clues.
Let's zoom in on this.
Stop you for a second.
All right, okay.
I just want to ask the scientists whether they're happy with this rock sample or not. Hey, scientists. Yay? Nay?
Thank you.
Looks like it still has glass on it.
Yep, it definitely has glass on it.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I think there's
there's probably plenty on there. You know, we don't need very much anymore, and it'll give us an idea of what it is. I don't
Great.
think you need too much more.
Okay, so that's fantastic. We would like to put it in a bio box.
Let's do starboard.
Yeah, that would be better because then it won't get mixed up with the other one.
Ready?
Do we have room?
Should have enough room.
Let me hold on 1 second.
Okay.
So back row. Where to
Right,
next?
try it. Go out nice
I'll
and
ask.
slow.
Shore-based scientists, while we are waiting for this rock to get dropped into the starboard bio box, what is our plan for the next
bring that
slightly
rock
less than
box
half
inboard.
hour? What would you guys like to do?
Seems all right.
I would drive in High Point.
Hold on, Bill. Hold on a second.
Probably all we have time.
Sorry, can you try that again? We were getting some noise on our end of the line. I apologize.
Closing up.
I'd say
Clear.
just drive over to one of the other high points, either to the west or the east.
Okay, thanks. Pilot, where did that go?
That went to starboard inner.
Thank you. You guys are too fast for us. It's a problem. Okay, so navigator,
I'm listening.
we can just drive to one of the other points. Just tootle along up here.
Okie dokie.
Okay. And navigator,
Yep.
if you could find us a hydrothermal vent, that would be great.
I would be happy to.
I can't believe I dropped that.
We should have thought of that earlier.
Exactly. I mean, he's the navigator, right? Shouldn't he be able to find it?
Gonna look around a bit while we wait.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, sea star or something here.
Oh, there's something alive, Diva.
Brazingid.
Brazingid.
All right, I'm going to more or less continue with the same direction if that's okay with you guys.
That's good with us. There's nothing on sonar. So.
Okay, well, you have to come down the hill a little bit,
Yep.
probably.
Come on in,
So,
video.
Bridge
shore-based
nav.
scientists, those of you that will still be on the line, what's that next to it? Is it a sponge?
Brazingid.
Oh, it's a
and
holothurian.
holothurian.
Can we go
Oh,
30
the great
meters,
diversity of life in the
225
deep sea.
degrees, 0.2 knots, please?
Sorry, shore-based scientists, we will need to discuss having a quick science call
Thank you.
after this meeting, after this dive. Do we want to just do it about 5 minutes after we come off bottom?
Yes.
Sounds good?
Okay.
That's full.
All right, so whoever is still awake at this time. Oh, look at it.
Tiny
Those
on
big
the-
225 pilot.
protrusion things.
So this
What was
again
that,
looks
Levi?
like a
I'm at
galactic
225.
holothurian, and then
I'm
it's next
lined
to
up with the ship move.
Oh, there's something
Copy.
crawling down the
Got a good
wall
10 minutes.
next on the left of the brittle star leg of the.
Oh, yeah, what is
Brazingid
that?
leg.
Is that what is that?
It looks like a little isopod.
It's very cute.
Oh man,
I wouldn't go that far,
is
but
creepy.
Better than the giant lobster.
Dun dun dun. dun.
Only because you haven't
as
looked at it
well
under a
as this is a
microscope yet.
Preosteo Brazingid that we're looking at.
Very cool. So, so science team will have a call just less than 5 minutes or right about 5 minutes after we come off the bottom of this dive. And we will talk about tomorrow's dive to a different hydrothermal target.
Looks like an ant.
I like it. It's so cool.
Watch leads, 30
Okay,
minutes
well,
remaining.
it's late here. It's now almost midnight, so I'm going to sign off and leave the great science talk to Bill and Bob and Andrea. They're way competent to do all of that.
Okay, great. Go ahead, Nav.
All right, thanks for joining. All right. Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
come on up,
It
video.
was fun.
All right.
It was fun. Maybe tomorrow again. Bye-bye.
30 minutes
Yeah,
remaining in the dive.
Yes, I have maybe Diva, I have a question for what is the little white critter between the arms of the star?
We thought that was an isopod. Diva, what is an isopod?
Thank you.
It is a type of crustacean. They are the only isopods we seem to have on land, I think, are pill bugs. So they live in dried wood in the forest. They don't look anything like what we were just looking at,
I'll
but
turn with you.
there are
you
some
can-
that do
you can
look like
stay
that in
there.
the deep sea.
I'm just going to look over the edge here.
But they're just a type of crustacean which occurs mostly in the deep sea.
So Nav, I'm sorry, did you call us like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, I did. I was just pointing out that we have about 30 minutes remaining on bottom.
Okay, thanks very much. Sorry, got stepped on a bunch of times. All right, so we are about 30 minutes from the bottom. Ooh, look at these nice big pillows up here. We've got a bunch that look like they, sort of had these multiple pulses of eruption where it started to erupt, it extruded from the seafloor and then it cooled, quenched briefly and then poof, another pulse came through and probably broke
Is
through
that another
part of the
squat
crust.
lobster? Come on in, video. Or maybe it's a shrimp swimming.
Shrimp, I think.
Fish.
Or fish.
Fish.
No.
And
I
it's
was
another
hoping it was
white
Luciforus,
There are a lot of these in this
which
area.
is an ophidiid, which is a type of cusk eel. We've seen about 10 of these for this dive.
You sound really excited.
Don't let Diva near the morale board.
Yeah, we're going to center up on you.
Copy that.
Just think about it this way, Diva. As we move towards some of our next dives, not necessarily tomorrow, but as we move towards some of our next dives, when we go back to those shallower dives that are in the fisheries and precious coral depths, you will be, again, astounded by the diversity and abundance of life in the sea.
Agreed, but I wanted hydrothermal vent fauna.
So did I. Bill, we're trying not to hold this against you. Just kidding, of course.
Try harder.
But actually, I should note that tomorrow we will be going to a different site where we have hydrothermal vent targets, and I have a feeling it's going to look really, really different. After 2 days that we've spent basically in pillow mounds, and Bill pointed this out a couple of days ago when we were talking, tomorrow's dive is very, very flat. It's probably in what are likely to be sheet flows. Right, Bill?
Yeah. Tomorrow's dive will be quite different than this one. Yeah, instead of all these pillow mounds that we've been
Just
going
watch your
over,
altitude as you go
you
downhill.
may not
I'm sure
see
you're
a single
already aware of
pillow.
that.
Yeah, but 17,
Just a reminder.
18.
Although we might see a few, but
Good
there's,
copy.
it's mostly sheet flows in this next dive site. And also there we did a photo survey with the Century AUV close to the seafloor, and so we photographed quite a few chimneys, lots of inactive chimneys, but several active ones as well. So our dive target should be a little more reliable than today's, I think. So I think we have a better chance of seeing our active vents tomorrow. The photo survey did show, lots of squat lobsters on the seafloor and,
Thank you.
other animals. So I think we'll have a better chance tomorrow and a much different landscape to look at. So should be a good next dive.
I must say, I've been sounding quite unenthusiastic. I'm not, obviously. At the end of the day, we're still 3,800 meters below the sea surface in an area that no one has ever been before. Seeing pillow lavas that no one has ever seen before.
And fish.
And yes, there's not that much biology, but it's still very exciting exploring the unknown because you never know what you're going to find.
I agree, Diva. Even on those days where our absolute favorite discipline or field is not well
You
represented,
guys comfortable with me keeping
we still
headed that
really
way?
enjoy
Affirmative.
being able to explore the
Bridge
seafloor,
nav.
not just with the other scientists that we're working
Let's
with
do the same
on
thing again.
the shore,
30 meters,
but with the public, with all of you.
225, 0.2.
Yeah, my only concern, Brian, is that we know and I'm sure you're going to do this anyway, but just to say it, like we have a clear understanding of how much is left for Sirius's move at any point, so that we can back up if we run into something. And I'm tucking.
Yeah.
You can come down a little bit.
Yeah, 17, 16.
So we're going 225, so I need to center up on you.
We'll stop there at 13, 14.
Yeah, that's good. Push ahead.
Okay, so as we're in our last 20 minutes of this dive, not even, we are heading uphill a little bit more to see if we can get to another one of the local highs. We suspect we're going to see a lot of the same, which is pillow lavas, but you never know. There might be some really interesting biology interspersed, maybe a bit more sediment. We'll see.
Fish.
So this is like another one of the Lucicorus fish.
Come on in, video.
How is the current here, pilot?
There's a little...
Oh, it's not a Lucicorus. Oh my goodness. Oh no, wait, maybe it is. Can we zoom a little more?
Yeah, try not to spook them. I'm kind of far out.
No, I think this is a Basozetus, which is a type of ophidiid, and I do believe we saw one of these at the beginning of the dive.
Let me know if you want to kill lasers.
But it's just nice to have a little variety in the fish towards the end of the dive. Yeah, so pilot, what's the current like here?
There's a slight current from my port to starboard. I wouldn't. I mean, I can feel it, but it's not that strong.
So that would be roughly south to north.
Yeah.
Oh. He looked quite disoriented. Trying to get away from us as quickly as possible.
We'll leave him be. Or her be. Another holothurian.
Looks like there's another holothurian on the side of this rock.
Let's do a quick zoom for ID.
Sure.
These are pretty agile holothurians. I mean, they're climbing up like a 90-degree slope.
It's a little one.
Yeah, let me know if you want a nice close-up of this or not. Watch lead.
I mean, you can zoom a little more if we have any more zoom. So I think this is an Amperima or Peniagony. We saw one of these at the beginning. This one doesn't have a very developed velum, but you can see the feeding appendages are sort of going for it at the top of the head, as well as the podia, which are obviously keeping it on the pillow lava. Thank you, pilot.
Alright, when you're happy, video. I'm bouncing around here.
Roger.
Alright, let's come up a little bit. Is this the high we're looking for?
Thank you. I think we may have slipped off the south end of it instead of coming straight across on it.
Turn to starboard, Levi.
Will do.
We'll just keep an eye as you come by.
Coming up?
Yep.
Okay, so this looks like another one of these haystacks again. Basically just a local high where you can see the lava is just poured out of the top.
That's cool.
And run down the hill while congealing on the way.
Would you be comfortable with the partial zoom on series?
At least our third. I think it might be our fourth.
Can you
and it looks like
tilt
there's
more to
3
starboard
squat
and tilt
lobsters
down?
again at the top of them.
I'm king of the world.
Levi?
Trying to jostle
Get a nice shot of this.
for the most advantageous spot.
Tilt up just a little bit.
Would you be comfortable with the partial zoom on series?
Yeah. Let me know what you want to do with the tilt.
Tilt.
Another great view in Sirius camera.
Oh, yeah. Actually.
There.
This guy's like camping out at the top.
Tilt to starboard just a little bit. Rotate to starboard.
Rotate.
Rotate. Rotate. Yeah. Tilt down just a little bit. A little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there.
And now the tether's going to get
I know. That's okay. It's still nice.
Alright. Let's take a look at this. Let's zoom in here. It's 3 squat lobsters and a Bazinga.
So I'm not sure if it's a lighting thing, but they do look like they're different colors slightly. And that could be a characteristic of the molt phase.
Just come on in, video.
They do look like they're slightly different colors.
So I think they go a little bit more yellowy when they're getting ready to molt.
Oh, you've disturbed this one.
Come out just a little bit. Yeah.
I wonder if this is a sort of a mating unit.
Wasn't there a third one?
Yes. Yes, but it could be like, one female with
Sorry, I'm getting a little tether bounce here.
females jostling to mate with her or something like that.
The animal kingdom.
Exactly. I can't see any with eggs. It could also be that sometimes when they're... It could also be that when they're about to molt or going through the molting phase, they're particularly vulnerable. So sometimes the male, I'm not sure if this is a crab thing only, but with crabs, male lobsters will actually guard their female during molt period.
Oh.
And then mates with her immediately after she molts, she sheds her skin. Because I guess she's the most supple, then
I love it when you use the word supple when discussing crustaceans or things that I think might be crustaceans.
yeah, because when they first come out from a molt, they're really soft.
I just think it's funny.
I mean, none of this may be actually happening, but, you know, there's a little insight into crab biology for you. These are not crabs, these are squat lobsters.
So if we're quick about it, we might be able to find this last little high to the southwest.
Oh, let's go.
Video?
Let's go
May
try
as
it.
well. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to try to wander off to one of the last little highs that's up here
Same
on the
heading,
pillow mouth.
225.
Okay, we got to turn.
I don't want to say this confidently, but my guess is that
Right
we
turn.
won't find hydrothermal venting there. And here's why. Because
One more
normally,
time, 300,
if we're this close,
225,
you know, if we were this
0.2.
close to a vent, we'd be seeing particulate matter right now. We'd be seeing gnats.
Correct.
We might be seeing
There would be
many
just
more squat lobsters.
More clues.
Right, there would be more
on
clues.
the trail of finding vents, you know, just exactly what Deb said. The geology changes a bit. You get a lot more particulates in the water, bacterial mats, and then you start, as the closer you move to a vent, you move through the sort of zonations in fauna
Right.
that appear there. So you go through the peripheral region where they'll have, you know, the random scavenger hanging out, or a couple, you get little hints, and then you move into much more dense assemblages of animals the closer you get to fluid, the area of fluid being expelled. But we haven't seen any of that on today's dive, no clues.
That's okay. Hopefully we will see them tomorrow.
Exactly.
And today we've seen really great geology. And we've gotten to explore an area that we haven't been to before.
Let's bring your heading to 225.
Copy that.
And we've gotten to kind of validate this really fantastic high-resolution bathymetry in that what we saw on the bathymetry has really proven to be really, really very close to what we've seen here on the seafloor. Right up into these little eruptive vents, these little haystacks that are sitting on top of these much larger pillow mounds.
Again.
So for me, it's just been really interesting to see that the forms that we see in the bathymetry are being...
Yeah, just watch your sonar here.
They're so closely correlated to what we
There's
see on the
something
seafloor
tall
here.
and pointy out there that keeps kind of hinting it on D2. It's just your port.
Oh, yeah.
And Scott, if you're listening, there's something out there.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
There's something out there.
$22 meters out.
Come down.
Go down.
Nope. Something to my port.
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I would talk about the geology at this time, but I don't see any.
You could talk
Enjoy
about
instead
you could talk
blue
about the
water.
geochemistry of the water.
Not
Just
me.
stop when
No,
my
I could.
altitude reaches 15.
Oh, yeah. No, you can stop where you are.
Okay.
I'm really curious what this ephemeral kind of not super hard return out here is.
I've got something to my port.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I don't want to say it out loud, but that looks remarkably similar to what gas bubbles look like in the water on the sonar.
There's the bottom.
I could come down a little bit more. Give you a couple meters. And that's about all I want to give you.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to come.
Yeah, it's fairly steep. You don't want to. You've got sonar returns behind you, Levi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have space. This one is, what, 20?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't come down anymore
Yeah.
until we move out a little bit. Man, this stuff is crazy.
And we're back in pillow basalts.
Going up to another one that looks like those
Haystacks.
haystacks. Who would have thought?
With the dreadlock looking pillow basalts.
You want me to turn to see a little
No,
bit?
no, keep your heading. I'm just going to saddle the starboard.
Okay.
So we went south from the last one to this one, so we're kind of on the southwest edge of the top of this thing.
I believe so. I'll check with Nav to make sure.
That's affirmative.
Yes, that's exactly what we've been doing. So thanks very much to Bill and the PMEL team for providing some really great hydrothermal vent targets and allowing us to check out some really amazing geology of this area here in the Back Arc Spreading Center. We'll be doing this again tomorrow.
Well, sorry we didn't have more success at finding them, but I think we'll have to take another close look at the
What do you guys think? Should I stop this one? Looks like it's taking you off into the abyss.
Maybe
Yeah, I mean, is this the peak to my port?
I think it might be, yes.
Okay.
That's my guess. So I'm going to stop you. Bridge nav.
Other navigation data or something like that.
Can we bring the present move to a stop here, please?
We're going to be coming back to this area.
Do you want to try to get to the top of this guy?
Yeah. Can you give me a point at it?
Close look at that
Turn left.
data before we do that. But as I said,
looking,
tomorrow's dive is probably a better bet, so I think we'll have better luck.
Excellent. Well, we've certainly enjoyed this one, and I have a feeling we'll also enjoy
120,
tomorrow's.
something around there.
Okay. Bridge nav.
And it's been really,
20
really
meters. interesting
for me. This
1,
is my first time
20,
on the Okeanos Explorer,
0.2
and what I've been
knots.
interested in is how the shore-based science parties change depending on what we're looking at.
Thank you.
So on our first several days, we had mostly fisheries biologists. We had people who were experts in corals and cnidarians and all sorts of
bring your
interesting
heading
deep sea
around, Levi.
creatures. And then about 2 days ago,
Copy that.
the hydrothermal vent experts from biology through geology appeared in our chat room, and on our telecon line. So it's really interesting to see how this distributed science model works and how it can bring together the people who need to be on the line at any given time. And I think we need to give a big shout out to all of our shore-based scientists,
120.
many of whom are probably actually asleep right now because it's pretty late in many places.
Agreed.
You've still got
They've
about
been
10
doing just
degrees
an
of
awesome
move to
and
your
amazing
now
job
starboard,
of
and 10 meters of move to your starboard
basically
built
feeding
up.
us the information that we're providing to you.
Copy that.
They've really been helping us make the best make the most out of each of these dives. So thanks, guys.
Well, I gotta say thanks to you guys again too, because I know you're doing all the hard work, the heavy lifting out there on the ship.
Yeah, they're jumping 40 meters
Okeanos,
between
so
two
thanks to you
pings.
guys.
You're welcome. Those
They're all over
those
the
rocks
place.
were
Yeah,
heavy.
we're
The
like
one, the
in
pillow
between
yesterday
stuff
was
here now.
definitely heavy.
Yeah, we're in we're like here.
Surprisingly
So we
heavy.
are actually doing
Wow.
the heavy lifting.
We're going up right now.
Yeah.
And we're still moving up. Sorry, we're not done with this dive yet, even though we've been congratulating each other.
Yeah, we're in that saddle.
Yeah, these peaks have got to be screwing with the USBL.
They clearly are.
Yeah.
And I think that what I'm seeing looks like the
Another
offset's more like 50
vertical wall
meters
on
than
the
40.
other side of this thing, judging from the bathymetry.
Oh, yeah. I think I just heard from the pilots and the navigators that because it's so steep here and there are so many little local highs, it's kind of giving them trouble from the sonar perspective of being able to look at exactly where they are.
Yeah, the USBL, which is our navigation sonar. Just speculating.
Thank you.
All right, I think that's as far as I can go until we get some move. How much down do we have left? Not enough.
5 minutes, maybe 10.
Okay. So if you want to, Levi, while we're waiting here, if you could stow my upper swing arms.
7.
Copy that. Upper swing.
So we've got about 5
So
minutes left in
bring it
this
up.
dive. Science team, those of you who are still awake and on the line, we will have our science call at about 5 minutes after we leave bottom, which just gives us time to
Good to me.
switch a
and
few
then
switches
stow.
in here.
Upper swing arms.
And for those of you that are listening, tomorrow we will be going to a different set of hydrothermal
Same on
vent
port
targets. I think, how far, Bill, how far are we going to be going? How much further north?
That's a quick one.
Thank you.
Right now we're at 15.5 north, and we're going up to 17 north, so a degree and a half.
Okay, so we're going to be transiting overnight to get over to where we need to go. And it's going to be really, really different in terms of geology. And we hope it'll be really, really different in terms of biology, because we do hope that tomorrow we'll find active hydrothermal vents. So consider spending your Monday and or Sunday with us tomorrow.
I want to be a very exciting dive.
Uppers stowed.
And then take the lowers, and on the port side, bring it all the way left. Looks good, and on the starboard side, bring it all the way right. I think we need to change those to inboard and outboard.
That would be easier
Yeah.
and safer.
Okay. Thank you. You can ramp down hydraulics. So this way, all we have to do is stow the lowers, and we'll be good to go.
Okay. Copy that.
And you're already facing the correct way to
I have 0 turns.
0 turns. Yep. Pushing out a little bit.
I'm not seeing serious move yet, but then again, I got about a 40-meter watch circle right now.
So that's a 20-meter move we have going.
Correct.
So that puts them where I am.
Yep.
And if I come up here, back up.
Should be feeling the move now. But we honestly don't have time to move any more than that.
Oh, okay.
You want me to come up with you?
Yeah.
You're better off just, I think, getting to the bottom where you are and looking around, or else we're just going to have to pull.
So are we leaving bottom right now, or
We were,
just far away?
that was not the goal. The goal was to get up the hill, but the timing, the geometry are not working in our favor. So
That's fine. I mean, I think we've seen all that we need to see. So
Yeah.
if it's better for you to just take off, please
then
do.
I would say let's go, pilot. Unless you want to jump down and take one more look here.
Let's stow the lower swing arms, Levi.
So lower swing arm all the way left.
Well,
that's
thanks,
the
Deb and Diva.
starboard.
I probably won't be on the call. Also, thank
Starboard?
you, Bill, for
Starboard.
All the way right.
suggesting
All the way
this
right.
dive through the wonderful world of pillow lavas.
And then
This
stow.
was really fun.
Make
So
sure
I'll
you're
see you
watching it
tomorrow,
as you stow it.
But
I'm watching
I
it
will
on
be
my
on the
Zooms.
dive right after the talk. That
Oh.
is
Yeah,
phone
'cause it's
phone
snappy.
call right
Oh,
after
it is
the dive.
snappy.
Bye-bye
Like
for now.
turtle
Okay,
soup.
thank you, Patty.
Goodbye, Patty.
Okay, all the way left.
So in our last couple minutes of the dive, I have to tell you what I was thinking about earlier today. I was wondering just how many years of sea time our shore-based scientists collectively
Okay.
have. Because I
close
happen
your
to know
drawer.
that Patty
Yep,
Fryer has
retract the
gone to
pins and
sea a
close
lot
drawer.
for a very long time.
There's a fish.
Bill, you've been to sea a
Dead
lot
center
for a
in
very
lower
long
third.
time. when Mike Perfect called in, he's another one who
Zoom
has spent
fish video.
tons of time at sea.
Scott, definitely.
Yeah,
Tim
so
Shank.
I was just trying to think of how many years of sea time we would have as collective experience in our shore-based science team.
And just as a parting shot before we leave,
One more fish.
the
same one.
12th Belusosaurus of the dive.
The same one. Maybe not the same fish, the same species.
Maybe it is the same fish. Just
Following us all day. ROV pilots, have you been stowing that in the bio box and just sort of pulling them out every so often?
You caught us, Watchley.
Got to keep Diva entertained somehow.
It went on for so long. We almost made it right until the end of the dive.
All right, it's time to go, gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, pilots. Thank you so much, all who have been following along. And we will be back tomorrow.
The day has come. Mean week is just about over. Now your civic duty. See instructions on the MWR calendar in the mess deck on how to vote for your favorite team.
Okay, thank you very much.
Prizes awarded tonight at
Hey, Deb.
7. Thanks all.
I'll just stay on the line for the planning call for tomorrow.
Yep, please stay on the line. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We just need to switch the lines out and bring in all of our planners. So we'll be back in just